Welcome to the Park Hyatt Zurich, one of the most luxurious hotels in the city. I feel like the value, if you're paying the retail price here, it's just not worth it. It's extremely expensive for what you get. I'd say out of all the Park Hyatts that I've been to, this is definitely the worst view I've ever had. And welcome to the Park Hyatt Zurich, definitely one of the most exclusive hotels here in the city. It's also in a great location. This property opened in 2004, but it was renovated about 10 years ago. So it's a little bit more on the dated side, but it still feels very elegant and very luxurious. We have the concierge team here. We have a very nice lobby. They have a lot of different art pieces around to make it feel very luxurious. I'm excited to check it out. We were able to get upgraded to a junior suite. They have a little over 130 rooms. I can't wait to show you this wonderful hotel. Let's take a look. All right, here we are at the junior suite. Let's head on in room 406. We tried to get one of the higher premium suites as a free upgrade, but they just unfortunately won't. It is a paid upgrade. They offered us about $900 for the corner suite, so we just decided to keep this junior suite because this one was complimentary with the globalist status. But it is very spacious. It's also a very expensive room, retailing at about over $3,000 US. But when we first walk in, we have the living area here, and we have an interesting hallway here when we walk in, and then an espresso machine here. Though this cord kind of sticks out weird, which is a little bit awkward. Down below we have the safe, a mini fridge, and then we also have the cups, espresso pods, and then there are some snacks for purchase. A wine for purchase, it looks like. And then here the mini bar is fully stocked. We also have a kettle for hot water. So all the usual luxury hotel amenities right there. When you walk in, we can also then go right in there to the main bathroom, which I'll show you in a bit. But I like that there's a few live flowers in the room. We have a little nice live plant here. And then we also have a huge orchid display by the bed. That's a lot of times extra because they don't always have to do that. So it's nice when they do. We were surprised when we entered the room. They have a whole amenity set up. We're celebrating a birthday, some treats. It looks like a special wine and then some fruit, really beautifully plated. Now, they did know that there were 3 of us, but they only have, 2 cups, as well as when we checked in. It was pretty good. We have a nice long couch over here, and then we also are going to be getting a rollaway bed later, which they can provide for certain room types. They do have some artwork on this wall here, but this wall is kind of pretty much flat. They do have a cool light. But I feel like the value, if you're paying the retail price here, it's just not worth it. It's extremely expensive for what you get, especially when $3,000 in other parts of the world can go so much farther. We do have floor to ceiling windows, which is nice. Although this one is kind of more of a courtyard view. We're just kind of looking at some dandelions or weeds here on the rooftop and then the other guest rooms. So definitely not the best view I've ever had at a Park Hyatt. I'd say out of all the Park Hyatts that I've been to, this is definitely the worst view I've ever had. And it's just because the building here is a little bit lower, so all the rooms are just going to kind of be looking at the other buildings. By the bed, we have, a nice big headboard display, which is cool. I like the lighting, the waters, and then the big, beautiful orchid over there is nice. We have the couple ottomans here in front of the bed, and then I like there's the carpeting around the bed, and then the hardwood elsewhere. The TV here is in front. I like the illuminated lighting. I like also they didn't keep it a flat wall. The TV is embedded here in the beautiful wood frame that goes to the ceiling. So that part is really cool. As we wind around, we have closet space here, ironing board, all the places to store your things, a little makeup mirror. And here we have the bathroom. The bathroom is nice because the marble actually does go all the way from the floor to the ceiling. Even here, big, beautiful, long soaking tub, and I love the Labo bath products. We have the tiling across the floor. It looks like a heated towel rack as well, which is rare. Now it's kind of weird there's only 1 sink. I was expecting 2 sinks, especially they have the space for it and in a junior suite. But regardless, it has a lot of counter space. Now, the one area, we do have these doors here for the shower. These doors are a little bit more on the cheap side, but the marbling does go to the ceiling, rainfall shower, which is a must. Now the toilet, they definitely went a little bit cheaper on. You'll notice there is no marbling in the toilet area. It's just this regular wallpaper. The toilet part though is kind of cool. It has this indented marbling, but it's also separated here by this door that just slides. So very spacious bathroom. For a junior suite, it's also very spacious overall. So we have a pretty spacious bathroom. For a junior suite, it actually is pretty spacious. It feels comfortable. We also have high ceilings. Let's go check out the rest of the property. Welcome to the Park Hyatt Zurich, one of the priciest 5-star hotels in the city. Standard rooms here regularly start well north of CHF 600, which is about $750 US, and can climb towards CHF 800 to 900, which is over $1,000 US before tax, depending on the dates. Due to the extremely high price point, this is a property a lot of travelers choose to redeem their Hyatt points at. However, it doesn't come cheap, as it's a World of Hyatt Category 8 property, meaning it's 35, 40, or 45,000 points per night, depending on off-peak, standard, and peak. During our night, it was peak pricing at 45,000 points, which is a great value considering the high cash rate. However, it's still a lot amount of points, making it a place we probably will never be returning, as the value, in our opinion, when it comes to hard product and overall just wow factor, was not there. The look is sleek and modern. There's lots of glass on the outside, clean lines, and the location is excellent. It's a short walk to Lake Zurich, but this is not a view hotel. It's low rise, so don't expect dramatic views of lakes or mountains or even the ocean or anything like that. My arrival experience was amazing. People right there to take your bags, and then check-in was flawless. The room was not ready yet, so they let me use the facilities. I also was able to just take a peek and tour one of the Park Corner suites here, which is a category higher than the room that we had. Now, the junior suite is about the max type of upgrade they will give to Globalist members. This room here, they had about 5 or 6 of them going completely empty that night, and they would not do a free upgrade for any reason. They wanted to charge at least $900 extra for this room, which in my opinion was crazy. I feel like they can make a lot of guests happy by giving this room as a free upgrade, especially if they're going to go empty at night and they have the opportunity to make a guest truly happy. Now, one of the best experiences of our stay was definitely breakfast. The service was flawless. They had a lot of great options. They were also very kind. If you're a Globalist member with Hyatt, you do get 2 complimentary breakfasts, which is amazing here because it includes the full buffet, all the items. Also juice, coffees, cappuccinos, lattes, as many of those as you would like. Breakfast goes till 10:30 a.m. on the weekdays and 11 a.m. on the weekends, which is a nice touch. In addition to all the buffet items, you also do get to order one main item off the a la carte, like a hot dish. So that's great because it gives you plenty of food. I appreciated the selection, and the servers were all very kind, just very friendly. They also have another area over here with all kinds of fruit, jams. They had pastries, cereal. Just a really nice setting. Now, it's not the most ultra-modern restaurant I've ever seen, so in my opinion, it's not completely my style, but it did seem extremely expensive and luxurious, but it also could use a refresh as it is kind of showing its age a bit. This is also the lunch and dinner restaurant, so they also, are open later in the day, and it's definitely a totally different experience. It's basically all a la carte, and it's actually pretty expensive, so it's nice that you kind of get to experience all this during breakfast. They also do have a whole wine bar area in this area, like a wine cellar with a lot of different wines to choose from. That wine cellar actually spans 2 floors and houses over 3,000 exceptional wines from around the world. I notably was impressed with the cappuccinos. They were excellent, as well as I ordered the eggs benedict, which also was plated very nicely, very beautiful. They also did have a lot of the nice fruits and pastries. Now, from the front desk, you can actually walk here to basically the other main restaurant, which is called the Onyx Bar. I took this video while it was still closed, but this is basically where evenings unfold in style. It's led by their top tier bar manager, and it has a very large curated selection that spans the globe, from vintage wines, locally distilled spirits, and small batch whiskeys to finely balanced signature cocktails. The lobby lounge is the other place you can order food, like light lunches or for a casual meeting. I actually sat here and relaxed a bit one of the days. It's just a beautiful area, and they do also offer drinks. Now, from the front desk as well, I want to take you on up to the health club. This is actually the business center on the way there, but in the health club they have plenty of treadmills. They're the new high-tech ones. They also have the elliptical machines, some weights. It's not the biggest gym, it's actually pretty small, but this part was actually very modern. I love the wood floor. I love that it had a view. I was very comfortable here. I did about an hour workout, which was excellent. So this part I definitely approved of. It was just felt a lot more modern. From the gym, they also do have filtered water, and they also then have a door that takes you directly into the spa area. Now, the great thing about this place is that this facility is open and free to all guests, which makes me so happy because this is how it should be. You'd be surprised, the luxury hotels, even some expensive ones where this would be an extra charge, but here it is not. So by staying here, you get full access. This is the men's side. It includes a shower, it includes a sauna, and a steam room. It also has those relaxation chairs in the front that we saw. Showers, they have a couple of them. They're actually very nice. It was very relaxing in here because I was like the only one in here for like 3 or 4 hours, and I could just use the sauna, steam room. I just sat in the relaxation chairs, got some work done. So it's a great place to come if your room's not ready and you just want to kind of chill a bit, or if you have to check out and you have time to waste, you could basically come here and just relax. But it's just very clean. They maintain it really well. It also has the Labo bath products, just really nicely designed, and then it is connected to the gym, so it's great. You can also just do a workout and then come in here and shower. It's just one of the nicer facilities. It's not the largest in the world, but has everything you need, including the lockers. I didn't even need to use a locker, but they do have those lockers fully equipped with everything that you need. Now, attached is going to be this area, which is for men and women, as the women's locker room is right next door, but they also do have a coffee maker and then the water. Now I want to take you to the Lindt factory tour, as sometimes in these videos I like to do the attractions, so we did go to the Lindt factory here, which was a great attraction. It's very popular. We did the whole thing in just under an hour, so you can do it pretty quick. You do need a reservation. If you don't have one, you can usually get a walk-in reservation there. You basically get to learn all the history about the chocolate and the Lindt family, and then you get to walk through and see their processes, the history of the bars, the old packaging, and then at the end you actually get to do some sample tasting. They have milk chocolate, dark chocolate, and extra dark chocolate, all the different ones. You get to take some free samples, and then at the end you get to take some more free samples from these different amounts of dark chocolate or milk chocolate, depending on what you want. And then you get to go down the milk ball line where you can basically pick a few of each of the different flavors of Lindt balls. And then at the very end you can wait and get like a very special like chocolate piece, which there was a long line, so we didn't wait for this part. Okay, now for the review of the Park Hyatt Zurich. We're going to start with the rooms. Room specifically here, we're going to give a 4.5 out of 5. This is a junior suite, so it's definitely a little bit more spacious. It's just the only thing is the view is not as great, as well as the automatic curtains are only for one of them and not the other one. The room is also about 10 years old, so it definitely could be more modernized. Like, it's nice, just some of the furniture is showing its age just a bit, as well as there's like a flat wall here. They could definitely have done something a little bit better. The high ceiling's nice overall. It's just definitely not super luxury, especially for how expensive this hotel is. It definitely could be updated a little bit. Next up is going to be inspiration. How inspired was I by this hotel? We're going to give that a 4 out of 5. Mostly because all the rooms, they just have views like of other buildings or courtyards, so views are not that special. Also, the whole property is been renovated 10 years ago, so it's all just starting to get a little bit more on the dated side, especially like the breakfast area I feel could definitely be more modernized and just really unique. So definitely a lot of areas for improvement. I mean, it still feels luxurious overall, but not as super modern as I guess that I like. Next up is going to be service. Service here is going to get 4.5 out of 5. Service is very good. When I arrived, they allowed me to use the spa facilities. They have a beautiful sauna, steam room, kind of relaxation area, so that was very kind. The only reason for a little bit lower score on service is just the concierge team gave us some little bit off information, and then just a couple other things, but otherwise really good score. They had a welcome amenity in our room. Breakfast service was really nice, but the staff here are very friendly, kind, and accommodating. Finally, value, what I return. So that is going to go ahead and get a 4 out of 5. Definitely for redeeming your points to stay here with Hyatt, it's an incredible value, because for 45,000 points, this room sometimes retails for almost $3,000. So it's incredible value. However, do I personally value it and want to come back? I'd say out of all the Park Hyatts I've been to, this is number 7. I'd say it would probably rank number 7 for all the Park Hyatts that I would want to go back to. It's nice, it's just nothing crazy amazing like all the other 6 Park Hyatts I've been to. And I think it's just because of the views, just a little bit on the more dated side. It's still very nice, but definitely not up to the other Park Hyatts I've been to all over the world, which seem to be a lot more modern. So that's the review. So still a pretty good score here. Definitely consider this property. I definitely would not recommend paying the cash price. It's extremely expensive. So definitely if you have the points, I would recommend redeeming them to stay here. But there also might be other really nice options in the city. I just haven't explored those. But thank you for watching. I can't wait to see you in the next video.